What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk to you about Bitcoin and how I got involved in it, exactly what my journey was throughout this whole thing, and what I learned from it. And don't worry, it's not just another Bitcoin video. I think this is going to tie into a life lesson that we all can take and we all can reflect upon and really dig deep and see what can we learn from this experience. So I got into Bitcoin back in 2017. The price was around $8,000 a coin. Now I do know that Bitcoin moves in cycles, as in it has a bull market and a bear market, and then another bull market and another bear market, and so on and so forth. Repeat itself every single 4 years. Every 4 years it does the same thing, right? But at the time, of course, I didn't know. And therefore I got in at the end of the bull market. Bitcoin has been running up like crazy for the past 2 years, and then by the time I got in, it was towards the end. Now it did manage to go to $20,000, so I did kind of double my money. But of course, I didn't sell at $20,000 because, like everybody else, I didn't do my research. I didn't understand what I was investing in. I thought it was gonna go up forever. I didn't have any concept of market cycles or oversold, whatever. I didn't know any of that, right? The stuff that I do know now. So it crashed. Now, 2018 and 2019 was absolutely brutal. Brutal. The bear market took a toll on me. It was such an emotional roller coaster ride. Just looking at your portfolio and the money you put in, and you have about 10% left of what you put in because that's how much of a crash it was. And not only that, every time it goes down, I would buy more. Every time it goes down, I would buy more. And likewise, continuously doing that. And like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing what I thought was right. Now, it is right. You should buy as the price come down, because that's the opposite of what the masses would do. The masses would sell. What you want to do is the opposite of what the public masses are gonna do. So I was doing the right thing. However, I didn't know why I was doing it, and therefore within my mind, it was just all a jumbo mind fuck that I could not understand. And so it was a lot of pain for me. And I remember going to work, and one of my coworkers, Joey, one of my best friend, I remember the story where I showed my portfolio and he looked at it and he said, "Bro, come on, what the fuck? Just get rid of it, just sell it." And I was like, "No, I gotta buy some more." And this was after a huge crash. And he tried to snatch the phone away from me. He said, "Bro, stop buying that shit." But no, I wanted to get some more Bitcoin. I believed in it, I really did. I believed in it with all my heart. But then it wasn't until 2018, the end of 2018, that I really buckled down and started doing research. I spent probably thousands of hours, no exaggeration, just reading books on Bitcoin, reading articles, watching YouTube videos, whatever I can get my hands on to further, cement my knowledge about Bitcoin. Because I wanted to know, is this thing really what people say it is? Am I believing in the wrong thing? Am I investing in an asset that's gonna go to zero, that's never gonna come back up again? I wanted to know. And every question I had, every question you guys have, every question these skeptics have, whatever, I had the same question and I found the answer. I have yet to find one counter argument towards Bitcoin that makes any sense or has any logical relevance at all. At all. That's how strongly I believe in this technology. This is why I believe it is the most revolutionary breakthrough in humanity. It's ingenious the way it's designed. And so that's a whole nother video that we're going to have to get into. This is, so if you do the research, you will see. If you understand it, you will see. And after I understood Bitcoin in 2018, after I'd done all the work, I did all my due diligence, everything became easier because now I know I have this combined with this. Before it was all in here. I believed in it. I have faith in it, but it was all in here. Now, I backed it up with knowledge, I backed it up with understanding. Now I have both of these, and nothing could shake me. Nothing. The price could go to $1, and it would not shake me one bit. Because I know that eventually it would go where I know it's going to go, which is up. It's just a matter of time. And of course, I learned charts, I learned technical analysis, I learned how to trade, I learned how to understand the market movements, the profile, the volumes, all of that. And of course, that helped as well. But all of this is thousands and thousands of hours and research that I put into myself. I invested in myself. I didn't go out. I didn't have a social life. That's why when people ask me, hey, bro, what's up with this Bitcoin thing? Like, it sounds like a gamble to me. How do you explain it? I can't transfer what I know to you in one single text or in one single video, any of that. There's just so many things that you got to learn. There's so many factors involved. There's so many different layers of comprehension that you need in order to have a strong, solid understanding and to build that conviction in your investment. Remember what I said. Investments don't make you money. Patience and conviction does. That's with anything, any stocks, any real estate, businesses. If you invest in an athlete, everything, the same thing. Nothing goes up like this all the time. It has to go up, it has to crash. It has to go up, it has to crash. But it's your job to believe in where it's going to be in the future. It's your job to see that future and invest in it without any compromise, without anybody blocking you or trying to doubt you or trying to put thoughts into your head saying that you're doing the wrong thing. It's up to you to build that solid foundation of conviction. You know, imagine a coach coaching a boxer, right? A fighter. Would that coach drop that fighter every time he injures himself or every time he loses a fight or every time he missed one practice? No, because he sees the potential in that fighter. And right now, it may not look like much. It may not look like much. The kid is barely, he doesn't have any money. He don't have any money to pay you to train. He sleeps at the gym. Nobody believes in him. Everybody thinks he sucks. Nobody cares. When you're on the come up, when you're trying to get somewhere, when you're trying to do something with yourself, everybody ignores you. Everyone. No one even bats an eye. They go on with their life. They don't even, to them, you're irrelevant. You're a blip on the radar to them. And then when you get to the top, when you finally make it, everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody says, man, I always believed in you. That's the same thing with Bitcoin. Now that it goes past its previous all-time high, it's sitting at 24,000 right now. Everybody wants to get in now. But what happened when it was at the bottom? Why didn't you want to get in then? Financially, it's much more rewarding to get in at the bottom. But of course, nobody cares when something is at the bottom. Nobody wants to get in. Nobody FOMO at the bottom. They only FOMO at the top. And that's how it is with everything in life. When you invest in a business, real estate, in another person, when you invest in yourself, you have to have that belief. You have to have that strength, that conviction, that you know that you're going to put yourself through some hardship and some pain to get to where you need to be. I got into Bitcoin as a get-rich-quick scheme. I just want to get rich. I thought that was what it was. It turns out it's nothing like that. It wasn't as easy as I thought, right? That's how it is with everything. When you're trying to start a new business, what made you start that business? Let's face it, dollar signs, money, right? Money flashing. You're like, oh man, I can make this much money doing this. I want to do it. And then you try it, and it's not as easy as you thought. So now you got to go through some pain. You got to take some losses. You got to take some beatings, some bruises, some lumps. And then you get better. You get better. If you don't quit, if you don't panic, if you don't drop the ball, if you don't, just give up, you get better. You get better. And then you work on yourself. You work on yourself. And then all of that pain becomes experience. All of that pain becomes conviction. All of that pain becomes a solid foundation that it cannot take away from. And that's when things start to get interesting. Now that's when you ascend. That's when you rise. That's when you become who you're meant to become. And that's my story with Bitcoin. And I learned my lesson with Bitcoin throughout my journey. And I apply that to my everyday life. Whatever it is, whether it's trading, whether it's real estate that I'm doing right now, whether it's a business, a stock that I'm investing in, I always use the same principles. I believe in it. I believe in myself. I believe in my own judgment, in my own conviction, and therefore I will project it into the universe that I will become successful, that whatever I do will become successful. And no matter what, how many obstacles, what the lumps and what the hardships, the up and down, and I'm willing to deal with all of that. I'm willing to, because that's the price I gotta pay. And that's the story, the moral of the story today, guys. Just don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't give up on something you believe in, ever. Don't let nobody tell you different.